Hi, my name is Sebastian van der Schrier and I'm a social anxiety disorder coach. And in this video, I want to tell you about the one technique that I've found to be most powerful in overcoming social anxiety. When you apply this technique in the right way, I found it to be much more effective than all the other techniques out there combined. And if you keep following along, I'll teach it to you, I'll prove the power of it to you, and I'll also show you how to use it systematically to overcome your social anxiety disorder step by step. Now, once you apply this scientifically proven technique in the right way, following the structure of social anxiety disorder that I'll introduce you to, and you persist, you can get to a place of feeling completely relaxed and confident in all social situations, being totally anxiety-free. And that is no matter how bad your social anxiety is now. Now, I know this to be true because I had to overcome social anxiety disorder myself. From the age of 12, I had social anxiety, and it progressively got worse. Around age 16, it had evolved into social anxiety disorder. I'd become really afraid of being in groups of people, being around guys that were stronger than me physically, girls that I found attractive, and generally I felt uncomfortable around anyone because I perceived them to be quote-unquote better than me. I had a blushing problem, would become embarrassed around topics of sex, relationships, girls. Sebastian, they already have a girlfriend. Topics like that would trigger embarrassment and shame in me, and as a result I felt really anxious because those topics came up a lot. And I even around my own friends I felt uncomfortable. I felt really insecure in myself. I thought of myself as a loser. And I was pretty convinced that others thought of me as a loser as well. And I was really afraid of people not liking me. And I tried to be the best in everything and tried to be perfect and act perfect just so that people could like me. Now, because of all my anxiety, I avoided all social situations that I could stay away from without losing face. And I would worry about them days before, making up all these doom scenarios in my mind about all the possible things that may go wrong. Now, when a social event would approach, I was usually quite good at coming up with excuses in order to get out of it. So I could stay at home, smoke weed, watch TV, and distract myself from how miserable I felt. But, obviously, sometimes you can't avoid it, and you really have to go. And when that was the case, I would take a couple of drinks before leaving the house, and upon arriving, I would continue drinking just so I could feel a bit more comfortable. Now, every day when I woke up, the anxiety started as soon as I started thinking about who I might run into that day or what situations I had to face. And I felt helpless and hopeless because I didn't really know what the problem was. And I definitely didn't have an idea on how to get out of it. I just thought, this is me and this is the way things are. I felt really lonely because I couldn't really connect with people. Even when I was with my friends, I felt like an outsider. I was ashamed of myself, of who I thought that I was. I was ashamed of my situation. And I was terrified of the future because things just kept getting worse. Now, things got better for me when I one day stumbled on some information that taught me that the problems that I was having were the result of the negative limiting beliefs that I was holding, and that I could change these, and when I would successfully change them, it would resolve my problems. Now, this gave me great hope, and I started looking for resources to change my beliefs and so overcome my fear, anxiety, and negative emotions. I started going through countless of books, self-help programs, different forms of therapy. I tried the cognitive behavioral therapy techniques. I tried hypnosis. I did the scary and embarrassing exposures. I did affirmations, visualizations, journaling. I did timeline therapy. I worked with an NLP master. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. I really tried everything and anything I could to overcome my anxiety, but nothing really worked. It either worked a little bit, it didn't work at all, or it would work a bit, but then I would fall back. Like nothing worked consistently. And the scary exposures, doing the things that I feared, I did that, but I couldn't keep up with it. I couldn't persistently do those exposures, and it just demanded too much of me. And I'm quite a persistent person, but it didn't work. And so, because nothing worked for me, I always kept looking for an answer, like a resource to change my beliefs and overcome my fear and anxiety. And this is when I eventually stumbled onto EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques. It's a technique that I want to tell you about in a second. Because with the help of many EFT specialists, I've been able to completely overcome my social anxiety disorder. And today I'm anxiety-free, I feel relaxed and comfortable in social situations, and I actually enjoy conversations. Now, I've been able to do this because with the help of EFT, I've stripped away all the layers of social anxiety, and the result is a natural confidence that comes from completely accepting myself. You know, I don't have any magic social skills. I don't have to talk to every other person to keep my confidence level high, because I'm simply being me. You know, there's nothing special about it. I'm simply feeling relaxed and good about myself. Now, I'm telling you this because this is possible for you as well. It's possible for anyone who's willing to put in the effort. And the road to being anxiety-free, comfortable in all social situations, can be a lot faster for you than it was for me, because I created a roadmap to get from social anxiety disorder to social confidence based upon my own journey and the insights of more than 3 years of coaching socially phobic clients. Now, personally, I had to go to a lot of different EFT practitioners and other coaches, and I had to take a lot of action and persist because I was quite a, tough case. And, but I persisted, and eventually I made it happen. And when I resolved all my social anxiety, it felt incredibly liberating and exciting, because now I was finally able to be myself around others. And since I had made much faster progress with EFT than all the other techniques out there combined, I reasoned that a lot of other people that were suffering from the same thing that I was dealing with could benefit from it as well. Now, being the self-help junkie that I am, or had become, I made myself the big goal of solving all social anxiety in the world, and to provide solutions, EFT and otherwise, to people suffering from social anxiety. In 2008, I created socialanxietysolutions.com, and since then, I've been helping people and coaching people to go from social anxiety disorder all the way to social confidence. I've continued my EFT study, taken workshops with the leaders in the EFT world, spent countless hours studying EFT, cognitive behavioral therapy, neurolinguistic programming, and various other psychology resources, and how it applies to overcoming social anxiety. And aside from that, I've weekly worked with my own world-class coach, continuously refining and improving the solutions that I offer. Now, from all of that, and of course from coaching socially phobic clients every weekday for the past 3 years, I started to see more and more patterns and similarities from my clients. You know, the way social anxiety developed was similar, the symptoms were similar, the patterns, the thinking patterns were similar, the beliefs were similar, and so on. And I started to realize that there's an actual structure to how social anxiety disorder fits together. Now, you can see the structure here, and I'll get into detail on it on the following pages. And while it may look a bit complicated here, I'll break it down so it's very simple and easy to digest. And it will make you see that there's actually a step-by-step approach on how you can overcome it when you use EFT in the right way. Now, when you keep following along below this video, I'll tell you all about EFT. I'll demonstrate to you why it is that it works. I'll actually have you experience it for yourself. I'll have you discover why it is that you have social anxiety, and how with the structure of social anxiety disorder, you can overcome your social anxiety one simple step at a time. Plus, I'll show to you why you don't have to do any scary or embarrassing exposures, but that with EFT you can do non-scary exposures. And that with persistence, applying EFT in the right way, your success is not only inevitable, but you can become completely anxiety-free, have peace of mind, and feel comfortable and relaxed in social situations, and have a natural confidence that is effortless, because you're just being your authentic self. Okay, I've realized I made a lot of big promises. Keep following along below this video, and I'll follow up on each and every one of them. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.